I don't have any notes for this one off the top of my head here. What is baseball? I don't get it. Anyone who tells you that they understand baseball and they know and they can predict baseball is a liar. The Red Sox, for the third time, I'll say the second time, for the second time in 4 days against the Yankees, the Red Sox have won a game that they had no business winning that game. They take the series 3-1 against the Yankees. This was a series they very easily could have lost 3-1. And this was a game that they very easily could have lost. I think this game today is a summary of not just this series against the Yankees, but again of the Red Sox whole season so far. They win games that they have no business winning. Today, Domingo Germán came into Fenway and pitched a gem. He had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning. And the Red Sox won the game. They were losing it 4-0 going into the 8th, and they won the game 5-4. Who could have seen that coming? Who could have predicted it? Maybe someone who's been watching the Red Sox this year, all year. But I have been. And I thought the game was over. For the second time in 4 days, I thought the game was over. For the third time in 4 days, I thought the game was over. Yesterday, the Red Sox lost a game that they had no business losing. And today, they did the exact same thing right back to the Yankees. I hate to shout out Domingo Germán, but he pitched a great game today. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He was awesome today. A lot is going to be made of the decision to pull him after allowing a hit in the 8th. He allowed one hit, and Aaron Boone yanked him. A lot of people, Yankees fans, are going to be mad about that, and I understand. I get it. With a 4-run lead, I understand. Yesterday I gave Alex Cora a pass for pulling Eovaldi in the 8th. Because Eovaldi had allowed a run and had allowed a few consecutive hits. You know, like the Yankees were starting to get to Eovaldi. I think he still could have got out of the 8th with the lead, but I definitely understand the reasoning because, like I said, the Yankees were starting to get to him consistently. And by the time he left, it was only a 3-1 lead. It was only a 2-run lead. So I understood the decision to pull Eovaldi in that situation. It didn't end up working out, but I understood the decision. Boone pulling Domingo Germán after allowing one hit, the only hit he'd allowed in the game, that double to Verdugo to break up the no-hitter. That, with a 4-run lead, and how dominant he had been throughout the game, That I don't understand, and it it backfired immediately and severely. So, again, you could call this another case of Aaron Boone mismanaging the pitching of the Yankees. But Red Sox do it again. They come back again. Martin Perez was about what we would expect from him at this point today, especially at home. He was okay. He allowed 3 runs, and then the bullpen allowed another for the 4-run deficit. What are you going to do? I tried to find the last time a team had won a game after being no hit through 7 innings, but Google was not my friend in that regard. I wasn't able to find it. Maybe someone knows. Someone probably knows. I'm sure someone knows. Some baseball historian. It's been a while since that happened, if it ever has. It's been a while. Verdugo got things started with the only hit off of Herman, a double to lead off the 8th. And Kike Hernandez finished it off by tagging and having another great slide into home on a sacrifice fly from Xander Bogaerts. We've seen that a couple times in the series. Bogaerts driving in Kike on a sac fly. Hunter Renfroe got involved, Christian Vasquez, Kevin Pilecki. But let's be real. I mean, we gotta be real. This was not a game the Red Sox had any business winning. Being no hit, going into the 8th, down by 4. It's incredible that they won that game. It's really incredible. I don't really have any thoughts other than just pure awe at the game of baseball. This is a game, other sports have a clock, right? Football is the other sport that I'm really into. There's a clock. The game can be over before it's actually technically over, right? Like if you're up by multiple scores with less than a minute to play, the game's over. Effectively, it's over. You run the clock out, it's over. Hockey is like that. The game can be over. Basketball is like that. The game can be over before it's technically over. Baseball, that's the beauty and the pain of baseball, is that it is actually, literally, never over until it is actually over. It is technically possible to be down 20-0 going into the 9th inning and win the game. That's technically possible in baseball. That is the beauty and the tragedy of this game. It was on full display today Yeah, and throughout this entire series for both sides. This was a really fun series overall. There was some bad baseball being played. There was some really good baseball being played. 3 out of the 4 games were really competitive and really close and came down. They really actually did come down to the final out. This was a really intense series. It was Red Sox Yankees. The Red Sox did clinch the season series against the Yankees. I believe they lead it 10 games to 3 at this point. So that does clinch the season series in the Red Sox favor, which is fun. That's pretty awesome. And the Rays lost today as well. So that tie for first place got away from them, and the Red Sox are alone in first again for the time being. We're going in. No, Toronto is coming to Boston. They're going to play a series at Fenway. Tomorrow we're going to have Nick Pivetta on the mound. He's been kind of beat up by the Blue Jays this year, but who hasn't, honestly? Hoping for another fun one. Another fun series with Toronto. Another division series, so this one's important as well. What a game. What a game of baseball. Baseball's weird, man. That's all I'm going to say. Go Red Sox.